Hello guys, Mike here with ultrabookreview.com, and today we're taking a detailed look at the Asus Zenbook U500, the latest member of the Zenbook family. With a sleek body, fast hardware and an awesome 15-inch IPS display, this laptop has plenty of potential. Whether it lives to that potential or not, you'll find out by the end of this clip. So let's get going. From starters, you'll notice that the Asus Zenbook U500 is astonishing looking. In fact, it's just an oversized version of the Asus Zenbook Prime we've tested a while ago. That means that it's solid built and nicely finished with a full metallic body. You get the dark silver aluminum on top with those concentric circles pattern and the silver finishing on the bottom. Speaking about the underbelly, you'll notice that it does not offer quick access to the battery or the internals, as there are only some cooling grills back here. Still, that was expected from such a thin laptop. The Asus Zenbook U500 measures about 20mm in its thickest point, but just seems sleeker as it gets slimmer towards the front. The edges are once again quite sharp, as on the other Zenbooks I've tested, and that might be a bit inconvenient, so be careful when handling this machine. Besides that, the U500 has a slightly smaller footprint than most of the other laptops within the 15-inch class, and it is quite light as well, weighing about 2 kilos. There are plenty of ports lined on the sides of this laptop. On the right, there's a headphone microphone jack, a card reader, an USB slot, a mini VGA port and a connector for an external subwoofer, plus a small indicator LED, while on the left you'll find the DC-in, a floppable Ethernet port, a full-size HDMI and 2 USB slots. You'll notice that the Asus could not fit an optical unit on this Zenbook, but there is one included in the box. In our case, that's an external DVD rewriter that can be easily connected to the laptop with the also included USB cable. But I'm pretty sure you could also get at least a Blu-ray combo once the U500 hits the stores. Speaking about what's inside the box, Asus also bundles a mini VGA to standard VGA adapter and packs the external subwoofer we've seen in the past on the N Multimedia series. And given how good those laptops were in terms of audio quality, this one is probably going to be just as good. We'll talk more about that later. Opening the lid cover, you'll once again find the emblematic metallic interior we've seen on Zenbooks since the start. But since the U500 is bigger, the entire palm rest is more spacious and there is now enough space to fit a more complex keyboard. There's a dedicated power button as well, and it's not integrated within the keyboard as we've seen on other laptops in this family, while the status LEDs are discrete and placed beneath the trackpad. There's metal around that 15-inch screen as well, with a slightly purple finishing, and on top of the display you'll find an HD webcam, an ambient light sensor and some microphones. All in all, although I've got to play with just an early Asus U500 prototype, there's just nothing wrong about it when it comes to its build quality and overall finishing. As for the look, this will definitely not go unnoticed, but some, like me, might consider it a bit too obtrusive. Like I already mentioned above, there's a 15-inch display on this unit, but it's not just an average screen. It comes with an IPS panel and full HD 1920 by 1080 pixels resolution. As a result, it is bright and offers good contrast and colors. In fact, this exact panel we have on the Zenbook U500 is made by LG and can also be found on some HP and Sony laptops, but while those had some issues with orange and blue colors, this one seems to be a lot more accurate. You'll also be able to use the screen in strong light conditions thanks to its non-glare finishing and good brightness. But be aware that this non-glare coating is not exactly matte and still passes some reflections, unlike some of the truly matte displays like the ones on the Lenovo ThinkPads. As a quick wrap up, the screen is excellent despite not having the pixel density of the Retina MacBook Pro. There is however one issue: it can't lean back too much, which means that in some situations you won't be able to properly adjust the viewing angles, but I can live with that on a 15-inch machine. The keyboard on the Asus U500 feels a lot like the one on the N56, but the rubbery finishing on top of the keys is gone. As a result, the keys feel a bit harsher, while they are also a tiny bit wobblier. Despite that, the overall typing experience is very good, as both the travel and the feedback of the keys is within satisfactory margins. The keyboard is also quite silent. There is one thing that I'm not particularly fond of. Asus also included a numpad area on the U500, exactly like on the N56, with slightly narrower keys. As an indirect result though, the arrow keys are cramped. That's why I feel like skipping the entire numpad would have been a better call here. As for the trackpad, it's basically the one we've seen on the Zenbook Prime, which means it's large, feels good, and it's usually accurate, but at times it can get quite jumpy and erratic, which does ruin the overall experience. Plus, it integrates the click buttons within the tactile area and they are a bit stiff and noisy. We're not going to get into many details here, as you'll find more about the performances by following the link in the description towards the written review. I will tell you that this laptop packs some powerful guts though. A quad-core Intel Core i7-3612QM processor, dedicated Nvidia GT 650M graphics, 8GB of RAM and a 256GB SSD, made by coupling two 128GB SSD in RAID 0. All this handled by Microsoft Windows 8. As a result, this laptop flies. Not only does it boot in under 25 seconds, but it just handles all of your daily apps at ease, whether we're talking about browsing, editing photos, chatting with friends, watching all sorts of movies or others. It will also deal with more complex tasks like editing video content, rendering 3D scenes or running some programming software. Plus, with the Nvidia 650M chip inside, it will handle games as well. And we're talking about the faster version of the GT 650M with 2GB of DDR5 dedicated video memory. I've tried a bunch of games like Crysis 2, Dirt 3, Need for Speed Unleashed and some others, but you'll find more about the gaming experience in a further clip. All in all, this laptop is a beast, but packing the powerful hardware inside a thin body comes with two potential issues: noise and heat. The Zenbook U500 has two cooling fans inside, and while they can spin fast when you'll be pushing the device, they will almost never become annoyingly noisy. On the other hand, the fans never turn off completely, not even when the computer is idling. This laptop can however get very hot. I could not run a stress test on this unit since it's an early sample, but I did run some games. When playing Crysis 2 for an hour, the CPUs will get close to 95 degrees Celsius, while the graphics goes to 80. Also, the bottom is getting scorching hot, and so is the rim on top of the keyboard, as part of the cooling exhaust is placed behind the screen's hinge. But the palm rest and the area around the keyboard stay merely warm, which is very important. During the everyday activities though, extreme heat is not going to be a problem, and you'll even be able to comfortably use the laptop on your lap. But if you're after the Zenbook U500, I'm pretty sure you're not going to use it just for casual stuff, right? Anyway, more details about the temperatures and potential throttling problems are available in the written review, so make sure you read that as well. The Asus Zenbook U500 comes with Bang & Olufsen Ice Power speakers, and there are no less than 4 bundled on this machine based on what Asus says. The speaker grills are on the bottom, one on each side, like on the 13-inch Zenbook Prime, and all in all, the audio is rich and definitely loud. However, the true potential of the Zenbook U500 is going to be unleashed only when you'll connect the external subwoofer that's going to take care of all the bass and low frequency sound. I've put up another video showing how good this laptop sounds and what's the difference when connecting or disconnecting the external woofer, so check it out. I should also tell you that the U500 features an HD webcam on top, and it will be alright as long as there's enough light around, otherwise the images will get quite noisy and underexposed. As for the wireless solution, Asus bundles the Intel Centrino Advanced N6235 module inside, and the overall performances are steady even when you're a bit further away from your router with some walls between. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are also part of the mix. I did notice that the Wi-Fi takes sometimes 10 to 15 seconds to reconnect when the laptop resumes from sleep though, and I don't know if that's a Windows issue or not. As we get closer towards the end of this clip, it's time to talk about battery life. There's a 74 Wh battery inside the Zenbook U500, which sounds promising. Unfortunately, this test unit did not do as well as I was expecting, averaging only about 3.5 hours in daily use while browsing, chatting, editing some photos, writing some posts, listening to some music. And that's a bit too low, considering I was able to get slightly better on the Asus N56 that featured a faster processor. I blame this on either immature Windows 8 drivers or a faulty sample. That's why I'm not going to draw any conclusions here, and I'll update the final written review once I get to test the shelf-ready version of the Asus U500, hopefully in a month or two. I do know that this one will be available in stores in late October, early November, but I don't have any exact details on the prices for the time being, so I'll get back with that as well as soon as I'll know anything. All in all, the Asus Zenbook U500 is certainly one of the most impressive premium laptops of the moment. It's beautiful, it packs an excellent display, and it's powerful. But like you'd expect from such a thin machine that bundles fast hardware, it does have some heating issues. And it's going to be expensive. Now, I'm not going to jump into conclusions for the time being though, as I've only played with an early sample of the Asus U500 and not the final product. Thus, you'd better keep an eye on the written review. You'll find the link towards that in the description below, where I'll add updates over the next weeks and months. With that in mind, it's time to end this clip. I do hope you enjoyed it, so don't forget to share it to your friends or hit that thumbs up button if you did. Also, I'd appreciate if you'd subscribe to my channel. We'll have plenty of other interesting clips coming in the near future. And of course, if you have any questions, just post them below and you'll get your answers. That's it for now. See you soon.